Hi everyone, welcome to this module on From the Beginning of Time, the beginning of human existence. In this module, we are going to learn about the existence of human. It was 5.6 million years ago the human existence got evolved. So, the first human-like creature appeared on the Earth's surface around 5.6 million years ago. And after this, several forms of humans have emerged and then become extinct. So, from 5.6 million years ago, there are different human-like creatures who emerged and then they became extinct. Human beings resembling us, exactly like us, the modern man, originated around 1,60,000 years ago. During this long period of human history, people obtained food either by scavenging, finding the dead animals and their hunting animals, gathering plant produce, and they also learned how to make the stone tools to communicate with each other. So, humans' existence can be traced to 5.6 million years ago. Exactly like the modern day humans originated around 1,60,000 years ago. During this long period of the human history, people obtained food by scavenging, hunting, and also gathering the plant produce. Humans also learned how to make stone tools and also to communicate with each other. Now, how did we come to know about the early humans? Fossils. Fossils give us a lot of information. Now, what are these fossils? Fossils are the remains or impressions of a very old plant, animal, or human, which have turned into stones. Fossils are the impressions or the remains or the bones of a very old plant, animals, or the humans, which have turned into stones. Now, how is it possible for a plant, animal, or human bones to be getting embedded in the rocks and get preserved for millions of years ago? So, my dear friends, we need to go back to understand this concept, to understand the rock cycle aspect. As we all know, the rock cycle, the rocks are formed through the evolution of the volcanic eruptions. When the volcano erupts, then comes the lava. The lava flows down for years and cools down after some years. So while the lava is oozing outside, the fossils of plants, animals and human, whichever is there under the soil, will get covered by the lava. And after 2 or 3 years, when the lava gets cooled down and it breaks into rocks, the igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, then the metamorphic rocks, these particular fossils get added to these igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, and thus get preserved for millions of years. That's how the fossils often get embedded in rock and preserved for millions of years for us, so that today we are able to know about them. So there are different ways of obtaining food by the early man, that is by hunting, gathering, and even today there are some societies which have these hunter-gatherer societies, and their lifestyle can tell us something about how the life of the early man would have been. We cannot say exactly it was same with what is happening with the hunter-gatherers today, but it gives us an insight for us to know, are these lives similar or not? Here comes an important point of the offsprings, that is, the species in a group of organisms can breed to produce fertile offsprings. So members of one particular species cannot mate with other species, other categories of species, but they can only have relation with the same category of species to produce good children or fertile offsprings. So we learned, when did the human existence begin? Exactly when did the modern man originate? What are fossils? What are the habits of the hunter-gathering societies? And species is a group of organisms that can breed to produce fertile offsprings. The members of one species cannot mate with other species as well. Moving on, as you can see on the screen, the discovery of the human fossils or the stone tools and cave paintings help us to understand the early human history. So what helps us to understand the human history is the discovery of the human fossils, stone tools, and the cave paintings. Each of these discoveries has a history of its own. Very often, when such finds were first made public, most scholars refuse to accept that these fossils were the remains of the early humans. Now, why did the scholars did not accept the remains of the early humans? Because they were skeptical and scared about the ability of the early humans to make stone tools or paint. They did not believe, or they were scared that does the early man has the ability of making the stone tools or paint. It was only over a period of time that the true significance of these finds was realized. The evidence for human evolution comes from the fossils of the species of humans which have become extinct. Fossils can be dated either through the direct chemical process. By adding some chemicals, they try to find out how many years old is the fossil, or dating the sediments in which they were buried, or studying about the stone particles where these fossils are found. So once the fossils are dated, a sequence of human evolution can be worked out. When such discoveries were made first 200 years ago, so the entire human evolution history, what we are studying now, is being traced from 200 years only. So scholars were reluctant to accept that fossils or other findings because they have this belief of the Bible, that is in the Old Testament of Bible, where there are clear verses saying that how human origin was regarded as an act of creation by God. That is one reason why the scholars did not accept the evidences like the fossils, stone tools, or paintings which were actually connected with the early forms of human. For instance, in August 1856, a workman who was breaking the stones for limestone in the Neander Valley, where a George near the German city of Dusseldorf, found a skull and some skeletal fragments, like some bones. These were handed over to Carl Fulhert, a local schoolmaster and a natural historian. He realized that they did not belong to the modern human. They were like a bit older man, because the skull or the bones might be different than the present humans. He then made a plaster cast of the skull and sent it to Hermann Schaffhauser, who is a professor of anatomy at Bonn University. The year following, they published a paper claiming that this skull represented a form of human that was extinct. At the same time, scholars did not accept this view and instead they declared that the skull belonged to a person of more recent times. So this is just an example how the scholars had differences of opinions about the historical evidences. So on 24th of November 1859, when Charles Darwin published one of the Origins of the Species in the book, where he said that there are landmarks in the study of evolution of many species. The book has been sold 1250 copies for the first print on the same day. In that, Darwin argued that humans had evolved from animals a long time ago. So in this module, we learned from the beginning of the time about the humans, fossils, species, the discovery of the human fossils, why the evidences are not accepted, what is blocking or hindering or stopping the scholars to accept the evidences, one incident which happened in Germany, and about the book which has been published by Charles Darwin on November 24th, 1859, where he argued that humans had evolved from animals a long time ago. That's all we have in this module. Stay tuned. We'll catch you in the next.